Thank you for joining Crystal Water Tarot. We are going to be asking for some guidance around something that you may keep thinking in your mind, something that you may just keep that keeps going around and around. It's around a question that you may be asking yourself, and that is, what if I would have? That can be around, what if I would have gone someplace, what if I would have done something, something around that, again, something in that kind of area. Not sure what it is, so I'm going to go ahead and lay 3 piles out. And then the first card is a personal issue reaches resolution, and this is the full moon in Cancer. Expect powerful change, new moon and eclipse. And the communication is key, new moon in Gemini. And to help out, I'm also going to place a dice. And this is the number 10 for pile number 1. The number 6 for pile number 2. And number 7 for pile number 3. And a ruin for pile number 1, which this is the compulsive. And I'll get into more of these when we do the readings. For pile number 2, this is powerful. And pile number 3, this is openings. So if you want to go ahead at this time and select a pile, and then we can get on with the readings. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Okay, once again, welcome to Crystal Water Tarot. Welcome pile 1. So let's get started. So as I had mentioned, we have a number 10. It can also reduce to a 1. This could be 10 days. It could mean October. When I'm doing this reading, it is the end of September. It is September 28th, so we'll be going into the month of October. It could be 10 days from now, 10 months from now, so the timing could be off. Something could have happened 10 days ago. You may be planning to look at something. And then, as I had mentioned, this ruin talks about pain. It talks about compulsion. It also talks about necessity. So, and again, we are asking, what if I would have? So, and with that, several things are coming to mind as I'm doing this. And we have the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. This to me is coming up with a lot of emotion. It's coming up with a lot of feeling. So this may be something that you feel you had to do, or you're not doing, because if I would have maybe done something, if I would have approached something a different way. So I'm coming up with several different things, and this can apply to many different things. But I'm having a sense that it's definitely emotional. So we have the Ace of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups. So we've got Libra and we've got Cancer. We have the Five of Wands in reverse, and we have Temperance. And we have, I'm thinking Libra is one of them, Cancer, and then we have Wands, which is Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. The Cancer with the cups is Scorpio, Pisces, and Libra is Gemini and also Aquarius. So that's what we have for the cards. What I'm seeing here right off is that whatever this is, with the Ace of Swords, is that it's an air sign. And what I'm thinking is, it's also, for me, it's mental. So you're in your head about this. You're thinking a lot about it. You keep playing it over and over in your mind. You know, if I had done something, would I be happier? Would I be better off? If I had, or maybe you haven't gotten to this point yet. Maybe you're still in the beginning. If I do this, will I be better off? So we might still be in the beginning phases. Maybe you haven't gotten to this point yet. Will people maybe disapprove of it, or maybe people have walked away from you. Maybe you don't want to battle it. You don't want to fight what people have to say, or maybe you didn't do something because you didn't want to have to go up against people, which is, I totally respect that. Then with Temperance, I'm getting a sense that you want to just keep everything in balance. You just want to make, and with Swords, one of the senses is that with like a Libra energy is that we kind of want to keep people we want to kind of keep things balanced out. We just we just want to be peaceful. And so you're just trying to, you want to see how you can balance things out, and that could be out of necessity. Maybe whatever this is, if I would have, or if I will, maybe you're in between two people. Maybe you're in between a situation where maybe there is no winning. Maybe it's kind of like, which way do I go? If I go, if I would have taken this road, I would have gone this way. If I would have gone that way, then maybe I would have made this person angry. So maybe that's the kind of situation that you're in. Or again, maybe if you go to a certain situation and it's going to turn out well for you, but people may not approve of it. People may not like your decision, and you're trying to figure out, well, if I do that, or if I would have done it that way, then maybe I would have balanced it. People would have been happier with me. But in all cases, you need to be happy with yourself. You need to look at how you feel. And I know that that's really hard to say for some people, because I'm not walking in your shoes and others don't walk in your shoes. So, and that's where if you do go against people, or if you don't follow what people say, or if you don't, depending on your circumstances, kind of make other people listen to other people, sometimes that can be painful, because they might shun you. They might, just kind of make you feel bad. Sometimes we have to go down certain paths just out of necessity, out of survival. But I do feel with the original card, a personal issue reaches resolution. Whatever the situation is, whatever your decision is, I feel that in time, it may be in 10 months that you're going to reach some type of resolution. It may be in 10 days. It may be 10 days before this comes about. But I do feel that you are going to progress. Then we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. And we have the Star in reverse. So with these cards here, what I'm sensing is, in regards to this situation, is that you're not really sure maybe who you can trust, who you can really talk to. Because whatever this circumstance is, again, whether it's happened or, if I would have, maybe you're not sure who you can talk to. Maybe you're not sure who's really open enough to listen. Maybe family are not listening to you. Maybe if this situation, maybe people aren't aware of what's going on with you. And maybe it's a situation where you feel you have lost, resources. Maybe you've lost people that you can talk with. Maybe you're afraid if you go with what you're thinking you want to go with, or maybe if you would have done something, you're afraid maybe you're going to lose something. And in that sense, you're going to lose resources. People aren't going to be talking to you. And at this point, you may be losing hope because you're really not sure in which direction to go. So and it's a hard situation in any given circumstance when you may lose hope and you're not sure. So any person in any type of situation where they're not sure and they're kind of feeling like, which way do I go? It's a hard place to be. And asking the question, what if I would have, hindsight is wonderful, but sadly enough, we don't get it until after we have that experience, unless you talk to somebody. And even if you talk to somebody, they may not have experienced exactly what you have experienced. They may not be dealing with the same people that you are dealing with. So even their hindsight of, oh yes, I experienced that, I went through that, I did that, and this was my outcome, that is their outcome. That may not be your outcome. So if they ended negatively, you could end positively. If they ended positive, it may not be the same in your case. So again, you need to, what I'm sensing also with the Seven of Swords is, yes, you're not sure who to trust, but I really believe that after you do your thinking, I know you're trying to balance things out, but I really believe with the Seven of Swords, the one person that you really do need to trust is yourself. Then we have the number 12 with slow and steady. And we have number 46, which reduces to 10, which is coming apart. I do feel right now that you're going slow and steady, which is a good way to go. You're taking it step by step. You're thinking it over. You're looking at all your options. But at times, you're also feeling like you may be being pulled in two directions. You're coming apart. So that's where I'm sensing that this may be a situation where you might be, which way do I go? Which side do I choose? And that's where you may be coming apart because you're not sure which direction to go in. You're not sure if this may be friends, if this might be a family situation. If I would have went this way, maybe I wouldn't have affected my family. Maybe if I would have went this way, and maybe it has to do with a partner. Again, I'm just sensing that you're really thinking about your options, but I'm also sensing that you also feel like you're coming apart because you're being pulled in two directions is what I'm sensing. Then we have mistakes teach us, and commemoration, and I'm probably saying that wrong. And with mistakes teach us, sadly enough, and I don't want to say sadly enough, because we do learn from our mistakes. Sometimes they are not the most pleasant things in the world, but we can also look back on our mistakes. And as we get older, we look back and we can share our stories with others. We can share our stories with others, just like if you find somebody that you trust, you can talk to them. They can share their stories, but that's what that is. That is their story to tell. That is not your story. You have your own story. And with this one here, it's maybe you're going through a situation that maybe something in two different directions. Maybe this is a situation that's been handed down within your family that it's just maybe acceptable, and you're just kind of wanting to go off in your own direction. You don't want to keep maybe repeating something over and over again because it's just the way it was. It's just been handed down over and over again. And maybe that's where this mistake is, that mistakes teach us that maybe something has happened in your family where you see that that's not okay anymore. And so you don't want to keep handing that down. You don't want to keep that thing going on and on and on. And so you want to change it, and that's where you want to go off in your direction, and that's where you're feeling that maybe you're coming apart because you're going to be changing something within your family dynamics. You're going to be changing something that has been acceptable within your family maybe, or acceptable within your group or your community, and you may be looking to change it. And that's where I'm sensing that may be having you feel a little bit on edge, feeling a little bit unbalanced, because the hope of, kind of like maybe not having hope is, it hasn't changed in years. How am I supposed to change it? But again, going back to slow and steady, one step at a time. You maybe you've seen how others may have been treated, how others have not been able to move forward, how others, maybe people in your community don't have education. Maybe certain ones are not allowed to get education. Maybe certain people do certain things, certain jobs, whatever the case may be, and you want to change that. You want to move forward. And so that's where slow and steady. Mistakes teach us. Not to say that your community, whatever that culture or whatever that was a mistake, depending on the circumstances, but that is the way that was, whatever the timing is. But now you don't want that anymore. You want to do something different, and that's okay. But don't lose faith. Have faith in yourself, slow and steady, and just change this star card and flip it over to hope. Give yourself some hope. Then we have Fox Spirit, strategy. Employ the power of your own vision and long-term planning to bring your ideas to life. Again, slow and steady. Make a plan. If you don't trust anybody, maybe not share that. Maybe find somebody, if this is like a community type thing, family type thing, maybe see if you can find somebody outside of your community that you talk to, that you can share something with. And then initiate change. Burn away the old and forge a new path to face the world with purpose and determination. And this is fire element. So this is where, and we have the wands, and the wands are a fire element. And this is where, again, we're looking at change, make a plan, and forge ahead. So that's where I'm thinking this could have a good possibility of the way things were. Maybe you're looking at changing them, and this again can be any type of a situation. But again, I'm feeling it's really emotional. It's something that may have been from the past, and you're thinking, what, if I would have, and maybe what if I would have gone to school? What if I would have taken that job? What if I would have maybe went with that person? Whatever the case may be. But again, I'm thinking, it's more along the lines of changing something, making a change for the better. What if I would have taken that step? And it's never too late to make a change. It's never too late to try something new. So then we have the sun, rise to the occasion. And we have attract. Like the moon and the ocean, you attract good things into your life. So I think that, again, I'm sensing, emotion. I'm thinking that, you want, there's the potential I'm feeling that you want to change something. You want to move something ahead, but you're saying, what if I would have? What if I would have done something? And again, maybe you're thinking about what if I do something? So I know what the reading is, what we're focusing on with the intent of the reading, but I'm also thinking that this can also be something that you have not started on. Maybe you're in the beginnings of looking at this and you're moving forward. You just may be in the beginning stages and you're questioning whether or not what you should do. keeping in mind that this is just what I see. You have free will. You can do as you choose. You can make your own choices. And again, you're thinking. You have your own mind. You know what you can and you can't do. You know keeping yourself safe by all means. Keep yourself safe. So let's just get some charms to end the reading. So we have a butterfly, which talks to me about transformation. We actually have a couple of butterflies. We have a key. I'm sensing, actually we have 2 keys. So you have the keys to unlock the doors to where you want to go. And then we have an angel. Angel's watching over you. So I feel like you're not alone. You may feel like you're alone if people have kind of pushed you aside because maybe you've spoken to people about your ideas, but you're not alone. And then we have a cat. And cats to me they stand by themselves. They don't really need anybody. And they live in their own world. And they just kind of come around when they want to be around. Music, I'm sensing that you can dance to your own tunes. Owl, this here, you're wise maybe beyond your years, or talk to somebody who may be able to help you, or maybe somebody, as I had mentioned, who's been through something similar to you, or maybe somebody who wanted to do what you're looking to do or what you're in the middle of doing, who might be able to shed some light. Anchor, I feel like with this balancing with the temperance, that anchor yourself. Get a solid foundation or build a solid foundation as you move forward, slow and steady. We have a dragonfly, which to me is spirit and also more transformation. We have 2 swans. And with the swans and the hearts, I believe as you're doing this, you may either have a partner or someone's going to come in while you're in the midst of this. We have a bee. And be yourself. And that just came to mind. Just be yourself. And we have another butterfly talking about more transformation. And I have a pumpkin. And with the pumpkin, it just reminds me going with the 10 and October and harvest. And we have a dolphin, which again, for me, reminds me of the water sign. And dolphins to me also remind me that they are very smart and they are very intelligent. And then we have a horse, which reminds me of the chariot, which reminds me of direction and moving forward. So that is the end of this reading. I hope it's been helpful. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope it's helped somebody. And again, you can follow your own path. This reading is just to, hopefully help somebody maybe. I wish you all the best. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you join us again, and please leave a comment. Thank you. Okay, once again, welcome to Crystal Water Tarot, to pile number 2. And again, we are asking if I would have. That's what we're kind of asking for guidance on. And so the card that you chose is expect powerful change, new moon and eclipse. And that to me tells me a new beginning. And then we have, again, the number 6, which is the month of June, which is Gemini. And then we have this here, which I had mentioned earlier, which is power, but it also means a new beginning as well. So that kind of goes with the new moon. And also what I love is this purple, which also matches the card. So with this card, we have the 6, which matches with the beautiful color. And then we have the ruin, which matches also with the new moon, which also matches with the new beginning. So let's go ahead and let's get started. But the first thing that's coming to mind right off the bat, and I'm not sure why, but whatever, for some of you this may apply and others may not, but whatever the question that you may be asking in regards to if I would have, or if I didn't, or if I would have in regards to something you may or may not have done, don't blame yourself. I have no idea what that means. So first we have the Three of Pentacles, and then we have the Four of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So I'm sensing that you were seen by someone, some group, whatever, whoever, and you may have been creating something, you may have been working on something, but however the case may be, you were seen. And this may have been a relationship, this may have been at a job, this may have been a friendship, various scenarios. And then it didn't go as planned. Something happened in whatever area you were seen, and I'm sensing it didn't go as planned. Someone, you have resources, and that's where I'm sensing that you're either creative or you're stable, in the sense of, you have maybe a stable home, you have a stable job, whatever the case may be, and someone may have tried to take advantage of that. Someone saw you maybe as someone that they may have tried to take action on, or maybe you were going to maybe create something with them, and that didn't turn out with this Ace of Wands as planned. You maybe saw this person as a partner in maybe a relationship, but I'm seeing more as business partner, somebody that you could create something with. You maybe brought resources to the table, and it doesn't have to necessarily mean finances. It could be they had the finances and you had the creativity, or vice versa, or maybe you both had a little bit of both. But it didn't go as planned. Something happened, something went wrong, is what I'm sensing. So then we have the Three of Pentacles again. And again, still seeing that you were seen somehow. But again, where we had the whole Four of Wands in reverse, Three of Swords talks about hurt. King of Pentacles in reverse, right on top of the Queen of Pentacles, where you had resources. And then we have the Moon. So whatever this scenario is getting, again, you were seen. You were seen as somebody that had something. And what I'm sensing is somebody may have taken advantage of the situation. And so, if I would have, maybe if you would have seen this person, if you, maybe if I would have done things differently, something. But here with the King of Wands, it talks about maybe handling money, handling resources, maybe not handling them well, maybe not having them, maybe giving too much. What's coming to mind. Maybe being quick to offer, I'm sensing. And then with the Moon, talks about deception. Talks about I'm sensing maybe this person put on airs that maybe when you went into this relationship or this partnership or whatever the case may be, maybe they put on airs that they had a lot. They could meet you halfway, And that wasn't the case. It was basically you being seen where you could put up everything. You had the resources, you had the creativity, you basically had everything. In reality, you really didn't need them. But they were happy because they saw what you had to offer, which is pretty much everything. And they just wanted to ride on your coattails. They basically just kind of wanted to use you, maybe. But again, I don't know the whole circumstances. I don't know the whole layout. That's just what I'm sensing. That's just what I'm getting from the cards. Everybody has a different scenario. Everyone has a different situation. You all have free will. You all know your own scenarios. I don't. This is a collaborative. This is a collective reading, so a lot of things are coming in. So that is just what I'm sensing. So again, it could be messages coming in from everybody, but what I'm sensing right now is that somebody was definitely seen by somebody, and you were definitely seen as somebody that had something that somebody else could use, and they may have presented themselves as somebody that had something to offer, and they put up this wonderful illusion. They were quick to deceive people, but I'm not getting that you were the deceiver. I'm getting that somebody basically played you, which I don't like to say, but that is what I'm sensing. And, if your case is, if I would have, I'm sensing that you're a trusting person. I'm sensing that you don't like to judge people. We do a lot of judging in this world. I'm sensing that whoever this person was, you really wanted to trust them. You really wanted to work with them. You really wanted to do this project. You believed in whatever this project was. You believed in it. And not sure why, but whatever this was, you believed in this. You thought whatever this was a new beginning. This was a new partnership. Maybe something has happened in the past. Maybe this is something that is just starting. Maybe this person hasn't came in yet. Maybe this person is just about to come in. Maybe in 6 weeks, 6 months. Maybe this is just something that's just starting out where it's a new beginning. Maybe this is ending and you're working at a new beginning and you're asking yourself, if I would have. Maybe you're starting this and maybe you're looking at, if I should I? Again, a lot of different scenarios coming in. But the overall intent of this reading is if I would have. But again, for some people, we all are in different stages of our lives. So this could be, maybe this is just starting out and this is just kind of a heads up. Maybe you should reevaluate the situation. Maybe you should look at it a little bit closer. Or maybe just a heads up, be a little bit careful. Just kind of be careful. But that's what I'm getting right now. So the oracle cards we have are Metamorphosis, which is number 25, and I see, interestingly enough with this card, I see butterflies and I see swans. Butterflies talk about transformation, which to me also talks about a new beginning. Swans also tell me we are also talking about a possible relationship more than just a business partnership. So this could be something that starts out as a business partnership and then it transforms into something else. Maybe the person starts out as, a partner, a romantic type thing, and then they maybe start going in a different direction. So that's kind of what I'm sensing. Then card number 39, which is also, this here reduces to number 7. And then 39 reduces to 12, which also reduces to 3, protecting treasure. And you see in this card, you've got the woman under the umbrella. She's kind of protecting herself. And then this also, are we protecting ourselves from rain? We have like a crown here, which reminds me of the King of Pentacles in reverse, or the Queen. And then protecting treasures, which also tells me protect your resources. So that's another heads up that be careful, protect what you have. So if you are putting resources into this, protect your resources. Just be careful, watch out. Then we have the next oracle card, which is prove yourself. And I love this because it says cats. And she's, you know, she's being seen again, like we are here, and she's being seen by these kitties. Prove yourself. You know, maybe you're not necessarily the one that needs to prove yourself. Maybe this other person needs to prove themselves, so that they, you know, maybe a good faith gesture? I don't know. But that's kind of what's coming to mind with prove yourself. Maybe you're not necessarily the one that needs to do that. Maybe, you know, whatever this is, when you're saying, you know, if I would have, if I should, maybe there's something there that there can be. Maybe you both need to. You know, maybe you both need to put your cards on the table. Maybe you both need to show something in good faith. And then we have this card here, which is called Piercing the Mist, which you have the little girl, and these are all, and Piercing the Mist, which is telling me is maybe the illusion. You know, maybe getting through, if the person is creating this illusion of, you know, oh, I've got all these resources and I'm going to bring this to the table. Show your cards. Show me what you got. And that's where proving good faith. Show me what you have. Show me what you really have. You know, not necessarily taking, I know that we love to take people at face value. It's an awesome thing. And I believe that's what you like to, you know, that's what you do. But something I believe in your gut is telling you that something's telling you that there may be something off. And that's where you may be starting to piercing the mist. You may be starting to pierce this little thing that's going on. Something in the back of your mind is telling you. Then we have the Green Fairy, which is imagination. Explore the mysterious allure of creativity and embrace your inner uniqueness. You know, you've got creativity, you can do this, but your imagination, maybe you're thinking that, you know, it's just your imagination that's giving you this gut sense, but I really don't think so. I'm really sensing that something is telling you to check things out. But you also, on your own, you bring a lot to the table. You have your own creativity. Then we have the Bluebird Spirit, good news. Let this message of hope inspire you to keep going and lend your support to others. And in that sense, what I'm hearing is this person may come through. This person, maybe what you're sensing is something totally different. Maybe what's this reading is, maybe there's something going on, but maybe it's not what you think. Or maybe it's not what the cards are sensing. And maybe there's something more. Maybe you're thinking business relationship, where maybe they're also looking at more of a relationship. That might be a good news, depending on how you feel about this person. But so that's kind of what I'm getting to. But again, both sides need to put their cards on the table so that you know where you stand with this person. Singularity, you are your own sun, moon, and stars. And what I'm also sensing is, going back to this good news, is maybe this person may not be the person that you need. Maybe with singularity, maybe whatever this you're creating, maybe you can do it on your own. And that may be the good news. Maybe standing on your own 2 feet, and maybe if this person is trying to play games with you, take advantage of you, hurt you, whatever the case may be, maybe the good news is that maybe you don't necessarily need the support of others, or maybe others can support you without you having to give so much. And then the last card we have is Navigate. Beacon of light in the night sky are there to guide you. So I'm sensing that something's going to guide you, but you have your own free will. You only know your own situation. Others may try to guide you and tell you good things and bad things, but it's up to you to listen to your own heart, and it's up to you to listen to your own gut. This reading, I'm reading it, I'm sensing different things, and I'm hearing and feeling different things coming in, but it's for, again, it's a collective reading, so many things can come in, but only you know the actual truth. Only you are living in your situation. So let's go ahead and pull some charms. So we have the seashell, which gives me a water sign energy. And it's also giving me emotion. So it could have to do with emotion, could have to do with feelings of love, relationships, could be positive, could be negative. Then we have an elephant, and that just tells me, when I see the elephant, one, it reminds me of like a circus elephant when we were younger. It also reminds me of elephants don't have a wonderful memory. Then we have an angel, made for an angel. So maybe you're creating things having to do with angels. Then we have a heart with an arrow through it, which is love. So again, could be related to a love. And we have a second angel. So whatever this is, I'm really sensing that, and we did have the heart card, if I remember correctly. The three, we had the, back here, yep, we had the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords usually has a heart with it. Then we have a skeleton, and this kind of reminds me of some type of a toxic relationship. Maybe in the beginning when you met this person, or maybe when you're around this person, maybe they're kind of toxic in certain ways. Maybe the way they think, maybe the way they handle people. And again, we have another heart card, a heart charm. Then we have the Tree of Life, which tells me that you have a lot of life in you. You have a lot of creativity. You just have a lot to give. Then we have a seahorse, which again reminds me of water energy. Then we have the star card, which reminds me of hope. The star charm, which reminds me of hope. And then we have the yin and yang symbol, or it could be the Cancer. Could possibly be Cancer or yin and yang, which reminds me of balance. So that is what I have for you. I wish you the best. Thank you for joining Crystal Water Tarot. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you join us again. And also, please leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you. Okay, again, welcome back to Crystal Water Tarot, pile 3 for the reading. Again, we are addressing the question of if I would have. So this card here is communication is the key, new moon in Gemini. We've got the number 7, which could be 7 days, 7 months, the 7th of them, a 7th of a month. So something around the 7, it might be your birthday, maybe on the 7th. And then the ruin, here we have it, and that ruin is actually openings. It also means new clarity. So, and then I found that it goes nicely with communication. Maybe you're learning, maybe you've had trouble expressing yourself, so maybe that's kind of coming into, maybe you're finding a way to express yourself to others, opening up, something along that lines. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Knight of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So I feel that you're sad. You're unhappy. In regards to whatever you're asking, if I would have. Or maybe you're in the beginning stages of maybe you're thinking if I should, if I would, should I? Rather than if I would have. Maybe you're in the beginning. Maybe rather than being at the end, you're in the initial beginnings. And so whatever this scenario is, I'm sensing people aren't seeing you. And you're sensing that, whatever this could be in the work home, this could be work, this could be relationship, this could be family, that sort of thing. And that you're not being seen for your worth. People may be taking advantage of you, people may be using you, that sort of thing, but you're not really being seen for who you are. And the Queen of Swords is somebody that can stand alone. They use logic, they like balance, especially with the way that she's holding the sword, but they also feel like a lot of the times that they're on their own. And I'm sensing that with this reading here is that you're sad because it's like people don't only see you when they maybe want something from you. Except for that, it's like they kind of forget about you. But yeah, and you're kind of, they don't really see you maybe for who you are. They don't see you, they see your worth when they need something from you. Or maybe they don't see you. Maybe they see you in a way that they see you in a certain way, but maybe they don't see you in the way that you want them to see you. So that's what I'm kind of sensing. And you're thinking, maybe, should I maybe say something? Should I maybe do something? Or if I would have maybe said something. Again, various scenarios, keeping in mind that this is a collective reading. So I'm getting a lot of different things. A lot of different things are coming into me. So the next card here we have the Six of Wands. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Moon. And we have the King of, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. So with the Six of Wands, what I'm sensing is that something's going to be coming in. Something will be, depending on the decisions that you make, depending on how this all plays out, depending on, what your decisions are and how people react. I wish I could, tell you how everything's going to turn out, but unfortunately I can't. It has the potential for things to change, where things to turn out, where things get better. With the Six of Wands, it talks about recognition, so which would be lovely. But I'm also sensing with the Ten of Wands, with this card over on top of the Three of Pentacles in reverse, I'm also sensing that for some of these people and in some of these circumstances, you've actually carried some burdens, you've carried some responsibilities maybe for these people. Maybe you kind of were not seen, and maybe if this is work, maybe you did the work for them, and they got the recognition for them, especially being right next to the Six of Wands, and maybe you're going to be getting the recognition. So that's kind of what's coming to mind. And then with the Knight of Swords also talks about confusion and that sort of, and chaos. And with the Moon, that also talks about deception and that sort of thing. And what I'm sensing here is that an illusion, and that's, I'm sensing, may be clearing up. That may be coming into focus, where people may begin to see you for who you are. Somehow you may be lifting that veil, or they may be clearing that veil. They may somehow, something may be happening where this is changing, and you may be stepping forward, and people may be recognizing you. An action you may take, something may happen that triggers this. But yeah, that's something's going to transform. That's going to make this hopefully move forward. With the with the King of Pentacles, it talks, it's, you've given resources, you've given maybe your time, your energy to help to do something, and these people you've taken back, you've created boundaries, you've done something, or you're going to do something, depending on how you choose or how you will. I'm deciding on if I would have. Maybe if you do, or if you would have, however this turns about, may affect your resources. Maybe you created boundaries. Maybe if you would have created boundaries, they would see you. Keeping in mind, we all have free will. We may be in a situation right now, and even if you are in a situation, it's never too late to make changes. It's never too late to, if somebody's treating you poorly, it's never too late to say, hey, I've had enough. I'm done. You really can't treat me that way. So it's never too late to set boundaries. It may seem like it's too late to set boundaries, but you can set boundaries. It may be like very slow and steady. It may be taking one step at a time. It may be very gradual, but sometimes it may be one step and then just kind of getting, seeing how that works. And then once that works, then you go to the next one. And again, I'm thinking just slow and steady. So that's what I'm getting. That yes. And it also maybe just, okay, sitting down and communicating with somebody. Maybe if I would have said something earlier, maybe you do say something and it's like, they're like, hey, I never knew you felt that way, or I never knew I was doing that. And then you go back and you're like, gee, if I would have maybe said something earlier. So that's kind of what's coming through to me. So we have the Metamorphosis, which is 27, reduces to 7. And I'm seeing butterflies and I'm seeing swans, which talks to me about butterflies, talks about transforming, change. And then for anyone that this may apply in regards to a personal relationship, the swans talk to me about romance, partnership in that sense. So something may be coming along that lines. Maybe if you are with a partner and it seems like maybe they don't listen to you, or maybe they just seem to take advantage of you, maybe just kind of sitting down, that sort of thing. And again, maybe just saying, hey, creating the boundaries. Maybe they don't understand, and then maybe just communicating. And again, going back to if I would have. 36, which is reduces to 9, which is commitment. And I'm also seeing the star, which also tells me the star of hope. So again, that hope, even though it may seem like there is no hope, to me, I'm sensing that there's always hope. It just depends on the choices that you make and what you choose to do. And again, with commitment, this could be a commitment to your job, a commitment to a relationship, a commitment to yourself on how you want your life to be. This here is Daisy and the dandelion. And what I'm seeing here is, we have a lion who we think is ferocious, and we think, oh my God, if we do anything, the lion's going to fight back. And here we have an angel playing with a lion and a dandelion. And dandelions make me think of wishes. So maybe you're just wishing things would change. And then Founding Day. And maybe Founding Day, what I'm sensing is, and it may have a totally different meaning, but what Founding Day to me, what's coming to mind is the day that you're deciding to make a change. And again, that change can be something simple. If I would have, and maybe you're thinking, it's too late, I can't do it. But then you're realizing that you might have to. Maybe you're realizing, gee, I thought I couldn't. And it's like, if you're questioning it, there's material out there. There's things about how to make changes. There's information out there on all kinds of topics. So again, this is just a reading. This is just a possibilities. And again, this goes out to many people. But again, it's not, you need to make your own choices. You have free will. You need to make your own decisions. This is just a reading. This is just what I'm sensing. But there is material out there if it has to do with a relationship, if it has to do with a job. There are materials out there that if you want to make a change, there's materials out there that can help you do so. Then we have Dragon Elf, creativity, color, power, energy, and vibration. allow inspiration to flow into your life. So again, I'm sensing by creativity and flowing into your life, again, the information may help you change your life. It may inspire you. Then we have the butterfly spirit. Again, we're talking about transformation. Welcome change and emerge stronger, just as a butterfly emerges from a cocoon. Maybe you're in a situation or where you are, if I would have, again, maybe it's the communicating, talking, and looking at, again, you may be at the beginning stages where you have the possibilities and you can talk to somebody if you trust somebody. Maybe you're in the middle, maybe you're at the end, but there you can always make changes in your life. But again, this is your choice. It is you who has to make that choice. It is you who has to live with that. But again, the question is, if I would have. And my thought is, do you want to look back or do you want to look forward? We've only got one life to live. Boundaries. Put a ring around yourself and your energies. So if, again, this kind of goes back to where if somebody is, draining you, you may want to just start by setting a simple boundary, that sort of thing. Replenish. The sun will rise and we will try again. So goes along with the boundaries. If you try setting a boundary and it doesn't work, try again and just keep trying if that's what you want to do. You are the only one that knows what you want to do, and you are the only one that can move forward. This is, again, it is a reading, but it can't tell you what to do. I can only just read what the cards tell me and what I'm feeling, but you have free will and you have free choice. So let's get some charms. So we have the Tree of Life, and this tells me about creativity. The life that we have, it can be full if we choose to make it. We have the peace sign, this kind of something we want to live in peace and harmony, and we want everything to be perfect, but sometimes it's not. Music, somebody may like music, or you want to dance to your own tune. This is a fish, which is Pisces. Butterfly talks more about transformation. A key, you have the ability to open up your own doors if you so choose. Elephant, which came up in another reading, talks about memory and what you can remember, and elephants have great memories. We have the moon, which to me, again, we go back to maybe illusions. This is a little duck playing a guitar, it looks like, maybe. And again, somebody may play music. This looks like maybe Pegasus or some type of a flying unicorn or horse. This reminds me that you have wings and you can fly. You can do anything you want as long as you so choose. The two swans, and we had the swans, so this may have to do with a relationship. And we have the dragonfly, which again to me talks about spirit, and it talks about, again, transformation. So, thank you for joining Crystal Water Tarot. Please like and subscribe, and please join us again. And also, please leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you.